Hi. I already have supper made, almost. It's really close to done. But I'm gonna make a bread dish to go with supper. And this one might shock a lot of you, and you're gonna be like, yep, this is where this Southern woman has lost her mind, because I'm sure that a lot of you have never ever heard of this dish. I learned, it's not even a dish, it's bread. But I learned how to make this a long time ago with my grandmother. And there are a few things you need if you're gonna make any kind of bread, roll, anything like that. You gotta have the flour, you gotta have your liquid, and you gotta have your fat. And like when I make biscuits, my fat is shortening and my liquid is milk or buttermilk. And there have been times where I've used butter as the fat. You can use butter in the fat when you're making pie crust. You can even use lard when you're making pie crusts or biscuits. But today I'm making something called mayonnaise rolls. The fat in the rolls is in fact mayonnaise. So I have 3 cups of self-rising flour right here. Have a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Y'all, I learned how to make this dish before I was even a teenager, maybe in my preteens, from my grandmother. And it was actually one of my favorite things to eat because they're really good. They're really tasty. You can't taste, for those of you who hate mayonnaise, you can't taste the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise is literally just a fat, just a binder that pulls it all together. And I have a feeling that this was one of those dishes invented out of desperation by somebody who was out of butter, out of shortening, out of lard, but they had a little mayonnaise in the fridge for whatever reason. So, mix that all in. Ooh, mix that all in really well. Now, I have poured 2½ cups of milk. I may not use it all. I may need a little more. The trick to this particular bread is just knowing what you're looking for and what it's supposed to feel like. It should have, and I'm going to start with about 2 cups. It should have a really thick consistency, somewhere between, actually that's 1.5 cups. I'm going to start with that. It should be somewhere between a pancake and a biscuit. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what the consistency of it should be. So, if I were making pancakes, I would use a lot more milk. If I were making biscuits, I would back off of the milk just a little bit. So this is about right. This is the consistency I'm looking for right here. Nobody wants to eat a pancake that looks like this, okay? But you also don't want to eat a biscuit that looks like that, because you're going to have to add a whole lot of flour in order to get a biscuit texture to this mixture right here. So, I have my muffin pan. And you're going to want, and it's sprayed with cooking spray. You're going to want to fill these about 3/4 full. These muffins do this really cool thing where they kind of dome up on the top. That one's not 3/4 full. This one will probably be 3/4 full, maybe a little bit more. Yep, that's about what I want. This will make a dozen at least, maybe a few more. A dozen is good for my family. Some of us eat 1 mayonnaise roll, some of us eat 5. Not naming any names, but they are taller than I am. If you don't get a dozen out of it, you've put a little too much in a few places, and it's okay to go, ooh, that one's a little extra full. Let me scoop a little bit over here. So I'm going to bake these on 425 for about 20 minutes. It could be a little more, could be a little less. You want them nice and golden brown on the top, and you don't want them to look like they are the least bit wet on the inside, and you'll be able to tell. Sometimes they split just a little bit on the top, and then when they're done, you must split them and add some butter, because butter makes everything better. If it's not butter that's making it better, it's bacon that's making it better. So you got your 2 B's. Actually, in our house, there's 3 B's. Butter, bacon, and biscuits. Okay, these are done. Just in time for supper. Look how pretty and golden brown those are. They went about 18 minutes, so 18 to 20 minutes depending on your oven and how it cooks. I'm gonna pop one of these out of here so you can see. The cooking spray worked wonderfully, did its job. And like I said before, only way to eat these is with some butter. You can put a little bit on the top. You definitely want to put some in the middle. Ooh, that's so hot, it got my knife hot. Hot knife through butter, y'all. How quickly that melted. These are so good. You have to try it. Even if the whole concept is weird to you, you gotta try it, because my family devours these. They love them. Yes, Abby, mayonnaise rolls. She really likes them, and she's a picky eater. So, please try these. Let me know how you do. For sure, let me know if you like them. Thanks for watching.